So he said, "Oh, you can't do this because of these little guppy fish. These fish." I never seen something so crazy. But people supported that. Why? I shouldn't have to tell you why. Just because you're black doesn't mean you're right. Just because you're white doesn't mean you're right. Just because you're Chinese doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean just because you're Spanish doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean you're right for any color. You're a human being, and human beings have been cursed, all tainted with this blood. Every one of us are tainted, cursed by the blood. Our heart is the Chinese heart. Just make it like that. Chinese heart is still, like us, it's on the left side. We didn't come from another planet. We didn't come from another planet with our race name on it. It wasn't a planet like that, No, we didn't. We had a spaceship, come down. Let's go to this planet. It's afflicted. I think, my rules are good, and I think I should, be up there. And so you have your people up there, So if you people, and there's another planet, and they want to come down and say, yeah, I want to go down to this planet, they get a spaceship and they go there, and no, that's not what happened. No. We are all born on Earth. Earth in general. Born on Earth. We're all born on Earth. We all bleed red. Show me somebody that doesn't bleed red. Now, he might not bleed the same blood type. He might look the same because we're not all Barbies and men are not all Kens. They're still human beings. They're still part of this human race. So we are part of the human race. You look in the science book. Look at it. And they have a science book that will say, okay, this is for the black people. The science book is for the black people. The anatomy of the black person, the anatomy of a white person, the anatomy of a Chinese person, the anatomy of a Spanish person, the anatomy of, no. And the school children going to get, look, let's pass out these science books. Let me tell you, your science book has something different because we're all different. Okay. Black people get this because this is their anatomy, because it's different from Susie and Ben and all that stuff. Come on, give me a break. I had the same science book as a white person. When I looked at it, and they said they all, when I had cuts, I bled red. And when that person had a cut, they bled red. That's what happened. And when they didn't bleed purple and pink and all these other colors, wow. Yeah, you have pink blood. Yeah, I'm white. That's crazy, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be crazy? It would be crazy. But this is how we're acting, and Satan is just having a ball, laughing, joking, and evil people. When we say evil people, people who are acting evil. People who are acting evil, not happy with themselves. Not happy with themselves. They're not happy. They're not happy people. Things are not going the way they want to. Why they're around, I do not know. Why they listen to, I can understand that. We live in a world that needs to be disciplined because their heads are not screwed on correctly. Now, I'm not saying my head is 100% correct, but I'm saying I know who I rely on. I know who I rely on, and that's God. I know who is able, and that's God. I know that for sure. That I can say. I read His Word, I've read where there was people in there that behave ugly. I mean, they behave. Oh my goodness! You go to the New Testament. Oh my goodness! You be like in there. You're like, what is going on? And you see a lot of stuff in there. You see a lot of stuff. I was gonna check and see if I'm on. I have it plugged in, so because I don't want to lose power like I did. But we all want power too, and we all can't get power. And there's no kings. We don't have kings. We have make believe king, like we have in England, and we love that. We love that role. We are separate from England. Okay, that was the whole freedom and revolution, to separate ourselves from and we be a free people. Free people. And this wasn't because it wasn't an account of let's live there. Okay, you're separate, you fine, I'm good. No, it's a battle. They had to fight for their freedom. Fight for America to be free. Yes. Killed. They were killed for this. These men fought for their freedom till death. Death. These young men, they had young men. The little, what do they call? I love that book. The Minute Soldiers, the Minutemen. Like, they were prepared if the soldiers needed help. Young people, like the age of 11. Young boys working in the field and then with their father, and they're going out there with pitchfork. Yes, I'm going to fight because they want freedom. Freedom. The black people wanted freedom. When there was this civil war, and not just in the civil war, because they wanted to fight that the blacks shouldn't have a right. The blacks shouldn't have a right. That's what was the fight about. But there were also people risking their lives for the black people, and they were white, risking their lives for them. Did they have to do it? No, they could have done it just like any other white person. I'm going to tell you, he ran that way. You want to find him? He's there. I'm going to shoot him for you. I'm going to just shoot him in the leg, and then I'm going to wound him or chain him down. And when he comes for you, I'll tell him where you are. They could have done that. But these men believed. What did they believe in? The Bible, the Word. Mainly, they believe in God. That's what they believed in. In there, they said he made men all equal. What does that mean? He make them all. Just because it was all equal didn't mean that their color was equal. I mean, just like they were equal in form. They were in his image. That's his image. He was in his image. Y'all need to get it together. You're gonna keep completely going through these episodes all over the place. And no one may never hear this. I plead with my kids. I say, kids, y'all need to tell your friends. And maybe your friends might like it. I don't know. Maybe your friends might say, yeah, she's like my mom. Or my grandma or something like that. And they don't want to hear it because kids don't want to hear all that stuff. My boys don't want to hear. But hopefully if I played with them to say, just play it. There's mom that can say, oh, that's crazy mom again. I'm sorry, you have to do some, help your mama. Whatever the deal is. That you get out there. And I don't just do this because I do want to get out there. Yes, I want to get out there. But I can't go into people's homes and unless they invite you in. And when they invite you in, you're even skeptical. Okay, so, you invited me into your home? I don't know. We had people soliciting at our door, for a job. And, people trying to work. And of course, me, I'm skittish about people coming inside my house. Okay, I'm not going to invite just. I mean, you might look like a nice young man or a nice young woman. I'm not going to do that. I can't, because I gotta protect. We gotta protect ourselves. There have been people that done that. You know, they barge in people's house and they did bad intentions. You know, or with this epidemic. You know, you thank you Jesus. We didn't have corona. I don't want to have corona at this late stage. You know, I don't. I don't want to say yes. I think we should. You know, and you invite that person. You let your guard down. You always have to have your guard. Have your wall. If this is your wall, and what's behind this wall, and all that, you got to protect what's behind this wall. You got to. Because if you don't protect that, then nobody else will. You have to make this wall secure and high. And this wall is not necessarily protecting yourself from a person, but sometimes you do. You have to protect yourself from people, because people may be behaving evil. Okay? Maybe behaving that way. And what are you going to do? How are you going to protect yourself? People buy guns to protect themselves. Like I mentioned, they have knives, and so does the crooks. Crooks have the guns too, unfortunately. And they don't care where they're shooting. Again, they don't care where they're shooting, because if they have evil intentions, they're not going to have a little soft spot for a 2-year-old that happens to be right there and the gun far away. They're not going to care. For a pregnant mom, they're not going to care. For a dad who has his family and he loves them, they're not going to care, because they have evil. This evil in their minds. They have evil. This evil floats. Okay, we know that word, evil. So if it's not good, it's evil. And then they're there. Now, we always like to say that the evil person has beady eyes. You know, you never go to them and say that this person had, you know, nice eyes. Now, the devil, I'm telling you, he's beautiful. You know, it says that, so you have to be careful, because that's where the intention is. You know, and so, you know, you like to put a evil face on that person to make believe that, you know, this, oh yeah, he's evil. He's all the way evil. Never don't work that way. He can wrap it up in a bow and put it just pretty and delightful, and you're going to say, really, for me? He can dress up like that. So no, the devil, he doesn't have to do any new tricks. And if you play into it and you're pleasing him, you say, no, I'm not pleasing him. I'm trying to do what's right for the people. You ain't doing nothing that's right for the people. Because this already played before. This already happened. This has already happened several times over. People have done this over and over again. So you're not doing anything different. You're going to try something different now. Let's do something different. Okay? But what this mentality is, and this is what affects everyone, I think. You know, the real question is, I mean, you blame the police for doing this and doing that. You know, they're the culprits. I'm not saying we have good police all over the place, because we don't, unfortunately. But we do have some good policemen. Police women. Next time when I say men, women, we're all. It means all of us. When I look at woman, okay? Woman, Men. What do we have in it? We're from the womb of the man. That's where we're created from, the womb of the man. Okay? So when I say men, I mean women too. Well, women always like to say, what women do in there? I'm like, are you kidding me? You already in there. We are already in there. Now, if they say just for the men only, then you could say, okay, why? But when they say these things of our human race, then it's for everyone. It's not just for a certain color. What, you mean the blacks too? You mean the whites? You mean Chinese? You mean the Spanish people? Do you mean the Indians even? Yes, you mean all human race. Everyone. Everyone. Iranian? Everyone. Jews? Yes, the Jews. Everyone. Irishmen? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. From France? Yes. You name them all. So anyway, it's when the thing that I have a problem with is what do you want to do with the police? So what should the police do right now? If you're in an alley and you park your car here, I'll just make a, I mean, I can make a better car than that, but I'm not going to spend a long period of time because I'm going to draw another picture and that's it. Better picture. You park your car, you just got out of work, and you just here, you had a good parking space, even in one of those parking spaces, parking, you're underground, and there's another layer, and there's more parking space up above and all that stuff. Well, you're in the parking space, and maybe you have other cars that's parked, here and all that stuff. And then here you are. There's a guy, and he's a security guard. Let's put this, say he's a security guard right here. You can't see it really, but he's a security guard, and of course you want to go to your car because this is you. You're going to your car. Your car happens to be, I'm gonna put it lady. It's my car. Do you need help, ma'am? No, I'm good. I get out there. I'm good. Okay. So you get out. Say this is not your car. This is somebody else, and you don't know who that car belongs to actually. So your car may be over here. So you have to go there. Get to your car. Right? Just to get to your car, you have to go over there. You already know where your sign parking, and this may be a sign parkings. Now, just say, you have a security guard, and I don't know if there may be a security guard on the next floor. Maybe say like this is 3 floors, and you have 3 floors. And there's the security on this floor, security guy on this floor. You can't reach it here. You can't see because I'm not really doing any fancy drawings right here, and he's right there. And it's just to help people. He's not a doorman or anything. He's just there to help people and stuff like that. All right. And you what do you say about a police that security guard? He's not going to have a gun. No, security guards, I don't think they start giving security guards guns. I remember when that was the popular job. You can always be a security guard when I was coming in. I came here, and it was like, it's not always being a security guard. You always be a security guard. And even women were security guards. They had security guards in banks, security guards all over the place, right? Now, wherever there's business, okay? Now, they did have security guards that were not security guards. I don't know what they were because they had guns, okay? And these guys went over there. Pepper. These guys went there, and if you went too close to this jury stand, they'd be right there. I'm like, you want something? Like, they aren't saying anything, but they saying that with their eyes. As in, I don't know what you think you're doing over here, but you better get back. And so anyway, but say she's going to her car, and she did not expect that these guys, this guy, let's say this guy, and then this guy, they're right by, walking by. I mean, I'm not making it too big. I'm bigger than the car. If you can see that real good, I don't know. But let me take it off the charger, because it's on the charger, and it's, trying to. I don't want the same fiasco to happen like it did before. So there. All right. So here we are. We have the garage parking. I made it a garage parking. Okay. So that should have been connecting here, and this right here. All right. And this is and that's another floor right here. So anyway, you have these, and you have to get your car, and she not expect that these guys are, right where her car is. Now, what does she do? Does she say, well, Mr. Security Guard, she probably made it over here. Does she go back and say, Mr. Security Guard, there's, I might need your help in the first place. Or she might be like one of these macho women, and say, yeah, even though I see these guys, I'm just gonna park. What are you thinking in your head? Do you think in your head that, hey, those guys just, they may not work there. They're there. You don't know what they're there for. And that's what the question mark is. You don't know what they may be there for. You don't know. And that's why I tell my sons, I said, when you're stained, because you've been stained by the Lord with this black color, you can act like the people that accuse you of this guy. Act like people expect you to act, because this is the stigma they have on you. You can act that way. So see, these guys are black, and you can act like the stigma they place upon you, because you wear this shade. Or you can act civilized, like you're a human being. Don't act like what the world has tainted you with, because the world labeled you and said you're this. When the people were slaves, and remind you, the people were slaves. Yes, they tried to escape. Some people tried to escape. It was some slave groups that said, hey, let's rebel, let's kill all the slave masters, and let's get on out of here. But they also had these equally groups that said, we shall overcome. And this group believed in the Lord. We shall overcome. I don't know what she wants. And there we are. We have the people that, let's say Kunta Kinte or something like that, go in there and fight and kill. And people like that action. Like, yeah, kill him. What is it soft? What is it soft? Like you're a savage or something like that. And that's just what God's plan is. That they kill to get this. I mean, again, to stay in that slavery, that's wrong. Because the people were wrong that put people and other people in slavery. That's wrong. When I think about that, I think about there's other people in slavery. It's just, the slave walls can be in your own home. Slave walls can be there in your own home. A marriage, a husband's dominant, and he tells his wife all kinds of stuff. That could be a slave situation right there. Or the kids can be affected, and you tell the kids, and you gotta do this. This is why we're gonna live. Right now. Dogmatic, you know. And then you have those. Look at the group, the Indians. Indians are not living in paradise. You know, you give them a little section of land, not even the best land. And I keep talking about the Indians, you know, because that's pitiful what has happened. But do you see them protesting in the streets? And I guarantee you, when they're protesting in the street, and they have these, do they have a little side group that comes behind them? I'm sure they probably would have a side group coming in, busting out windows. I don't think they want that image. I don't think they would say, hey, cut that mess out. If you with us, then be with us. But we don't do that. We don't do that. We're not going to take over the White House and storm in because we still got to respect this president. These other groups don't respect him. No. You in a high position? I don't care. I'm going. It's crazy. I don't want them running the government. They're crazy. But anyway, they live in like what seemed like slavery. It's not all harmony up there. They have different Indian tribes. I mean, and some things they used to do that was good for them, and that kept them home, and that name, keeping their Indian tribes, because that was important to them, right? Those tribes were important to them. The name of the tribes were important to them. I don't think it held a religious part. I mean, some people might put a religious part on there, but it was something like it was home. It was a part of them, and they hold this position, and they want to have these things, and they have these things together. When they have those things together, they're happy because, hey, we are a part. We they do the feathers, and it's beautiful, beautiful. And they have their fire, and they tell the children stories of this, and they keep it going because the kids can lose that. Why do we do this? Keep it going. And this Indian group might do something different, and they could, maybe some of them might, say, hey, you have yours, and we'll stay for that, and you stay for ours, when we have ours, but they said it's totally different there. They said it's like, nope, there's no camaraderie. There's still selfishness, there's still evil, there's still robbery, there's still in their little section. There's no raising of bulls, and you may look big when you see it out there. It may look big, and it says it's Indian reservation, and it's beautiful. It's not. When we went to Arizona, we didn't go to any reservations, but on the side of the road, they as we were passing through, there was an Indian group, and they were selling their own jewelry and stuff like that, and they were selling for a little change. They weren't selling for a big, like what these people like to do. What they do is they go into these Indian groups, and they know they make these things and they sell these things, right? They go in there and they take it, right? They take it, or they give them some change for it, and they go around selling it for big money. Do they give a percentage to this person, the Indian person? No, not always. They just take it. Basically, they're taking it. And they're getting a lot of money for it. And they don't see no shame in this. There's no shame. There's no shame in me getting this, what these Indians, and this may be like more than a hobby, a calm. When I do those things, like when you do art, or you do something like with jewelry, you do, because I have a friend that does jewelry, and you do those things like that. That, it's a calm. It's calm. Quilting, calm. It's a calm. But they may do it to get money, because they need money. You see an Indian coming out of a reservation and he's put on his business suit and going in the corporate world? No. No, no, no. Uh-uh. Are they going to college? I mean, some may go to college, but how are they going to get there? Their schools are very poor and all those things, and sad. It's very sad how things are. It's downright, that could be slavery. Because it wasn't good for the slaves. It wasn't good. I mean, they didn't have nice things, and later on they had nice things and stuff like that. No. The biggest group that I've seen that really work together, what we see that work together, is when a Spanish comes to maybe come here. Well, I would like to think they come here. The people I've seen like to think that they come here legally, but I doubt it. And they work together. They'll live in a house, 12 to a whole apartment. 12 grown people to an apartment. And they're helping out with the rent. They do little jobs and they eat on bean. What's those things? I don't like them. They eat beans all the time. They eat the corn. That's why I'm trying to. I don't like them. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I tasted some and I said, no. Maybe I tasted from the wrong people. I don't know. But, and they lived on that. And it was cheap. It wasn't expensive. It was cheap. I mean, they saved their money. They saved. And you've seen, even in the old neighborhood I used to be in, I had a house there. And they had a bunch of people in that house, And so those people will work together. And they save. Yeah. Save. And they were coming out. They were leaving the house. Some of them just, they were there and then they leave. You didn't see those people anymore. And then another group would come in and they did the same. It was like, wow. And they worked together. They didn't eat a lot of rich foods and stuff like that. They just eat foods they can afford, and they work together to get out of there. Now, black people used to be that way. Black people used to, I remember just in Louisiana, in some areas where I was in Louisiana, like I thought when our cousins, now we didn't always live by the nicest cousins, okay? But, they would help. They would help. If they see you down, they would help. Have all that, they said, if you go to a house, they say, girl, you need to put some meat on you. Let me feed you, it was like that, who's your people? They were actually questions like that. And it was just homey. And when you go there, people make a deal. You go through a town, you don't know any of those people. They sit there on the porch. You say hi like this. They start waving at you. They don't even know you. But it was like a friendly town. It was like friendly. I'm not going to say they all had friendlies friendly. We're all friendly in there. Friendly. Everybody was friends. Everybody. You know what I mean? You can stop by their house they're gonna be friends with you. You know? They mean it. We're just driving by. That's all we're doing. Just driving on by. And and people always say hello. You know, even white people, they said hello to you. Yeah. I'm like, you don't even know me. This black person don't know me, and this white person don't know me. So again, you know, you're like, okay, and this is how Louisiana was, you know, and you know, and it was acceptance, you know, acceptance. Some people accept a little bit too much, but I felt, you know, my mom, you know, she was like, well, you're down, and what can you do? And don't do anything. They just stay down. they don't do it. Mama, you can do something different. You can do that. And you encourage them. No, you can't do that. It's too hard. It's always too hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Like I said, the obstacle course is going to be hard. It's going to be difficult to climb that. It takes training. It takes training day after day, going through the obstacle course, and you're going to get it. And pretty soon it's going to be, you know, routine for your body. Your body's not going to say, oh, I never had this experience before. Yes, it had experience. You're going to know it. Had the experience before. It's going to, what else can it do? But to accept the experience, because this experience is given. Now, you're afraid because of these. Who are you going to call? You're going to call the police if he attack you. That's what you're going to do. What you want to do with police? Well, there's no police. There's no police. There's none. You accomplished what you wanted. You made crime not an issue. So no police. That's why we have police, because the people are crazy. Can't get together. They want to do bad and all this stuff. You're going to call the police. That's your protector. Now, if the police is acting like imbeciles and stuff like that, they don't need to have that title. What they did to that guy, that was an imbecile act. Like, I'm Mr. Big Man. And they getting punished for it. They getting punished for it. The guy who had the hand on the guy's neck, he couldn't maneuver himself out of the knee on his neck. He couldn't maneuver himself. He could probably have maneuvered himself if the other three wasn't holding him down. And someone had offered, someone said, hey, you know what? Why don't we turn him on his side? At least he can breathe. No. This guy didn't want him to turn on his side. No! He lying. He can breathe. How you know? It used to be where this, slap a person. I slap the guy. All right. And they said, ow, it hurts. I said, how can that hurt? That wasn't hard. How do I know that didn't hurt that person? Can I feel that person? How do I know? I don't know. I don't know those things. So again, we're behaving pretty badly here. Badly. Making the black race even more worse than what it is. You're not making it better. They're making it had to this state where, black people